What up, Chiz? So, week 4, the Division 1 Fantasy Football League. After 3 weeks, we've got Schnell in first place, only undefeated team so far, and Brian all the way down in the cellar at 0-3. Apparently, he has the curse of the McKay, even though he's never won it. Oh well. So, going over last week's recaps, we had 3 teams get their first win of the season. I managed to beat Bill thanks to Jamal's 3-touchdown performance Monday night. Really saved me. I was getting a little nervous there with Kelsey. Thought he might sneak in a garbage time touchdown or something to win. And then Mikey also got his first win of the year, and he kicked the absolute shit out of Brian. Won by 64.05 points. Mikey really got great production out of his wide receivers. His lowest, Brandon Marshall, had 14.9 points, along with that dumbass fumble that he had. And then the person he beat, Brian, 76 points. That's rough. I mean, I don't think your 3 running backs could be bigger busts so far this year. And really, the only one who's had a good week so far, Chris Ivory, you sat him when he did week 1. So something needs to change for you, Brian. You do have Julio Jones, though, and he was the only person who had a good week. Him and Palmer, I guess, kept you from dropping like 50. The next matchup we had was Max versus Matt, and Max's team really had some big points this week. 153. Wow. I mean, Rodgers, his performance Monday night, that was amazing. He really dominated. And then Max, good start with Steve Smith. He really turned it on. That 50-yard touchdown he had was incredible. Matt, you still put up 111, but I mean, you faced an opponent that dropped 150. Nothing you can really do right there. Just got to move on for next week. And then in our next matchup that we had, it was Schnell against Kevin, 2 undefeated teams from last week, and Schnell, thanks to a clutch performance from James Jones, comes out on top 144 to 133. Once again, Kevin scored 133 but lost. That's tough, but I mean, what are you going to do? Schnell, I mean, he's getting Foster back next week potentially, so that could help out even more. And then the last matchup of the week that we had was Steven versus Doyle. And Doyle, coming into Monday night, didn't look like you had any chance whatsoever. But thanks to 28 points out of Randall Cobb and 20 out of Macklin, you made it a game, along with Lacey only having 8 points. So not too much for him from Steve. But Steve got his first win of the year, 111 to 108. All right, so now week 4, we've got some teams that can really pull out if they're going to win this week. In the first matchup, it is me versus Mikey, and missing all the Pats players on bye, so I don't have Brady or the running backs, and then Mikey is missing Gronk, so both evenly missing players right there. I am going to go ahead and pick me to win. I like my team this week as long as Drew Brees plays. If not, I don't know what we're going to do. But Mikey, needs some production out of your running backs. Anderson and Gordon haven't really done it for you so far, but your wide receivers have saved you. In the next one, we've got Billy versus Max. And I am going with Bill on this one in the battle of 2-1 teams. I like the Tyrod Taylor pickup. I mean, Big Ben out for a while. I don't think you're going to be in as bad a situation as what some people could be, but let's see how that goes. Obviously, Carlos Williams, should be a good start this week as long as Shady doesn't play, and it's looking like he won't. And then starting Chris Johnson at the flex. So let's see if you stick with that. Ended up sitting both Washington running backs, which right now it's in a tough spot because you have no idea which one is going to get most of the playing time or not. So, yeah, that sucks. Max, I mean, you've got Rodgers, Sanders, they've been going off, Forte, but I don't know. I think Bill squeaks out a win on this one. All right, the next one, Brian versus Doyle. 10th place versus 8th place. Now, I'm going with Brian this week. I think that you get your first win of the year. I mean, it's looking pretty close. Doyle not having McCoy hurts, and then it's not really looking like Deshaun might play either, so that could be big for you. And then Brian, I mean, you need Marshawn to play because if not, what, you gonna start Thomas Rawls maybe? I mean, I don't know. I guess you can see how he does there, but that's kind of scary to start him. I mean, I guess you could go Stewart, but he's hot garbage, so oh well. All right. So the next one, Kevin versus Matt, another matchup of 2-1 teams. And I'm going with Kevin because, Matt, these injuries they've really hurt you so far. I mean, DeMarco, he's not in your lineup right now, and I'm sure he'll be put in there by the time Sunday rolls around, but not having Ellington, who isn't supposed to play, or Dez, that's tough. And then you've got Delaney Walker on bye, and you have not picked up a backup tight end, so let's see who you drop for that. And then the last matchup of the week, Steven versus Schnell. So this one has the potential to be a good matchup, I think, as long as Foster doesn't play. If Foster and Decker both play for Schnell, I think he gets this one in the bag. Steven, you also don't have a kicker going right now. I don't know if you're just going to keep Gostkowski or not. Let's see what happens there. But Schnell, I think you're going to continue winning 4-0. That's my pick. All right, so it's been a good recap. So once again, guys, remember to be happy and stay positive.